Good evening, everyone. Hi, Wolf X1342. It's a little bit of a mess. I started the stream without resetting the countdown, so this is about 5 minutes, which is the normal time that the intro screen is up for. Hello, everyone. Happy weekend. Happy Friday to you all. The weekend is here. The work week is over or just about finished. Which on this channel means we're going to have a look at Forza Horizon 5 and the weekly quests, which in this instance are Forza Horizon 4 themed, and will result in us getting the Aston Martin 177. One of the cars that I am happy to see back, and I definitely missed. I did miss that car. It's a nice car to look at on the outside. I'm not so sure about the inside of it, but the outside is nice. So without further ado, let's boot up Horizon and get on with it, shall we? Get the weekend going. I had 3 days off this week because I was sick. So it was nice to be at home for the first 3 days of the week, I'm not going to lie. Gotta grind the challenges, Wolf. You've got to grind the challenges. Because unfortunately they don't grind themselves. But they're not too bad normally. The fact that I had a brief look at them on Twitter because the Horizon account posts them up before they go live. And I believe it's stock cars again for the trial, which is a bit, not ideal, but it could be worse. I think this week isn't too bad. He says, having not actually looked at them properly. So we'll find out in just a second how bad they actually are. I'm going to hope they're not too bad after my pronouncement. Okay, interesting. Okay, that's also interesting. Why is that working even less than it was before? So this is not something you can see, but my monitor isn't displaying anything. My second monitor is, and it's capturing, but nothing is going to the monitor. That is bloody annoying. I thought I'd fix that. Looks like we're going to have to do a bit of troubleshooting again. I do miss the seasons of Forza Horizon 4 quite a bit. That was really nice. But yes, back to my previous question, Wolf. Why so many drag cars? Because personally, I've never really found the drag racing in Horizon particularly exciting. What is going on? Let's try that again. Yeah, I see. Okay. I've always preferred I guess a sprint race is my preferred kind of event type. Thank you, Sergeant, by the way. My preferred event type. I like to be able to throw it into corners and yeah, just kind of have fun in the twisty turns. Not that I'm particularly good at the twisty turns, but I like the idea of being able to take the corners. even if it's my own fault that I can't take them. Okay. Both of these played before. Let's see if the game launches properly. Ever since I got these new monitors, just doesn't want to play nicely when I'm streaming specifically. Yeah, that would. That almost certainly would. But then again, the ESCO really is only, in my opinion, only good for drag racing. I find it's quite a untamable beast when it comes to any sort of corner or whatever. Okay, well I can see it on my monitor now. So there's that. So it then raises the question of why it was still happening.
Press A button to start.
Why are you on?
Press X button for accessibility.
I didn't ask you to turn on. Why are you on? What's the copo again? Yeah. I had a feeling it was, yeah. Yeah, some of those Hot Wheels cars are just a little bit OP. And some are very OP. This is your weekly advertisement to buy a SSD and put games on that if you can. For faster loading time.
Weather's heating up, and we're taking a certain superstar back to their old stomping grounds to celebrate Horizon UK. New events, a new story. It'll be like you never left. Right, kid?
Nice. The Sesto is a fine choice. Do I own a Velar? I do. Is it stock? Let's find out.
Welcome back, comrade.
Thanks for having me, Anna. I don't know if it is stock. I think I may have upgraded the tires. Can I auto upgrade it to stock? No. Fine. Setup manager. Reset. Back to basics. But we'll keep it in the British racing green. Alright, let's start with the trial. I know, you've done that every week. I know it's there. Should we have a look at the barn find? Yeah, probably. It's not too far away. I haven't paid too much attention, but apparently the new update isn't super exciting for Horizon 5. I was kind of interested, or at least a little bit, in what they want to do with the Donut Media partnership that they seem to have. Which Hoonigan? Because that's insanely quick. You must be pretty deep in the old tuning menu there, Wolf. Okay. Still, you must be pretty deep in the tuning menu to get a 2.2. That's very quick. Hoonigan or not.
Wow, that's generous. Well, just the spirit of Horizon, isn't it? Shall we send a thank you?
Yeah, sure. Always got to send a thank you. Oh yeah, I don't need to go anywhere because I can just start it from here. Oh, I got the new Horizon 4 badge. Campaign. Trial. Weird. Weird that it's not a 10 on launch, given that it's got a 2.2. But then again, I feel like some of those measurements can be a little bit skew-iff at times. Particularly when you take the tuning menu into account. Thanks for the follow, Rick plays Roblox. How does Roblox treat you this time of year? I must confess, I have never touched it. I don't think. I think I may have told a lie. I think I've played Roblox once. Way back. Like, before Minecraft was properly released way back. I feel like a lot of engine
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Noises in Horizon aren't super crash hot. I feel like that's alright. I wouldn't hold it against you if you did play Roblox. The amount of stuff that you can do in Roblox is kind of astonishing. I've seen some people pretty much recreate block for block almost, like Modern Warfare and other Call of Duties in Roblox, so wouldn't bother me if you did or didn't. But yeah, I think some of the engine noises in Horizon are pretty average, to be honest. I think, personally, this is just based off of YouTube videos. The best engine noises are probably in the Need for Speed games. From what I saw in Need for Speed Heat, they seem to do the engine noises pretty well in that. And the little I played of the 2015 Need for Speed seemed to be just as good. And I'm not surprised, seeing as it's at least partly using the Frostbite engine. And the weapon noises and what have you in the Battlefield games have been fantastic since Battlefield 3, so I'm not surprised. But it is a little disappointing that they haven't been able to figure out the engine noises in Horizon. They're definitely better than they were in this one than in previous installments. But I do feel like they have definitely focused more on the visual component of the franchise and less on the audio component. And I think that needs to have a bit more love and care paid to it. I like the photographer remote, that's pretty cool. I could get behind getting that one. Apalapo Trail. Unsurprisingly, we're all in Land Rover Velas. Arguably the most surprising thing is they're not called Range Rover Velas. Yeah, as a rule of thumb, I really don't like going above S1 class. I find S2 and up just a little bit too quick for my taste. Bro, they have brakes these days on cars. I find at S2 and particularly X class, obviously, it's just too quick. It almost becomes not relaxing. So yeah, I think my preferred racing class, now that I think about it, is probably about A class. A800 or whatever. It's suitably quick, doesn't feel slow. But you also, it's not like you're kind of holding on by the seat of your pants like you are in S2 or whatever. I know it's not exactly new observation, but this car would absolutely be broken by now. I mean, I know it's a Range Rover and it's kind of designed to go off-road, but I don't think it's designed to go off-road at 170 km an hour. I think this might be slightly outside of the original designer's expected envelope of performance. We did really well as a team. We were all there was only one AI car in front of us. We did very well there. Good effort, everyone. Yeah. No, I do prefer the Forza games, if only because they've got a much nicer physics model in terms of car handling and what have you. But I recently replayed the Underground 2, Need for Speed Underground 2, and that was fantastic. I mean, obviously it's a lot more arcadey and everything, but it was still a great game. Thank you, Sergeant. I somehow doubt that Strident brake is coming through, but maybe I'm wrong. lovely drift. Why does everyone forget that they have brakes in these kind of races? Look, in his defense, Strident Drake did warn me that he was coming through. So I can't blame him that he ran into me. I should have known that Strident Drake could have come out of nowhere and hit me. That one really is on me. Doing pretty well. We're all kind of grouped together as a bunch of human players, I guess. The other times I played Trials were a lot more spread out. We've got a pretty consistent peloton here in the middle. Oh, now we don't. And as soon as I mention it, we've all spread out. Yeah, I mean, there's not a huge amount of storyline in the Forza games, at least into the Forza Horizon games. It's basically get in a cool car and go have a bit of fun. That's the extent of the storyline. Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly high stakes. You're not trying to flee the cops or avenge someone, as you often seem to be in the Need for Speed games. But I don't think it's worse because of that. I think a lot of the stories in racing games do feel quite forced. DVD. I'm not entirely certain there's Strident the Drake again. I have any idea what you're talking about there, Wolf. Are you talking about playing Dishonored? Yeah, of course, Dead by Daylight. Of course. So are you a survivor then, or...? No, if you're the guy with the knife, you'd be the villain. Oh no, you're a survivor, okay. Damn it, I put in reverse. Pretty rookie mistake. Also kind of done great things for the transmission. Well, I commend your bravery, Wolf, of being a survivor in Dead by Daylight, but also watching my stream. And what are the point watching my stream and taking time to comment on things occurring within it? That is a game I have never touched. I'm impressed it's still around. It had a lot of a longer life than I thought it would, to be honest. A lot of those kind of players versus player co-op style games have a tendency to die out quite quickly. Lovely. And is the trial done? Hell yeah, Team Blue. The floating pinata. Nope. No, it's just beyond that lady on the left. Just over, it was just over here. We might catch it on the next loop round. There it is. A little bit beyond. You love to see a floating pinata. Old reliable, the McLaren P1. Thank you. What are we looking at an accolade? We got the whip. Yeah, I can see that the one that teleports through walls could be a little bit aggravating. Thinking you're in a perfectly secure location only to discover, nope. Gotta get the t-shirt. What else do we need for this one? Interesting. Interesting, a For Honor Knight's getting added. That's not one I would have expected. Aston Martin. DB11. Yeah, they keep adding stuff to it. Like I said, I'm very impressed with its staying power. Let's go to my house. See if we can upgrade this a little bit. Okay, interesting. I wouldn't have expected to see a For Honor character in that kind of game. There you go.
In 400 meters, turn right.
They should add they should have a Forza Horizon crossover and add in like the Mini Cooper or something. No, the Peel. That's about person sized. Get stalked by a Peel. Or you could get stalked by a Reliant Robin, and then the survivors would have the ability to kind of push it over. Or just kind of give it the old Duke. Take a sharp corner and the Reliant wouldn't be able to follow you around that sharp corner.
400 meters, turn left. Turn left. You have arrived at your destination.
Okay, let's upgrade this Aston Martin DB11 a little bit. Ideally, give it some new shoes. Give it some bigger back boots. Perfect. That'll do. And we'll stick with orange. Orange is a fine colour. Maybe not traditional Aston Martin garb, but it's a quick colour.
In 400 meters, turn right.
You don't see many orange cars that are slow, I don't think.
Turn right.
Whereas I do think you see quite a few red cars that are slow. But I don't think that's as common with orange cars. I think if your car is orange, it's quite quick. I think it, actually, now that I think about it, applies to a lot of those non-traditional colours. Like, I don't think green is a particularly common colour.
Turn left.
So I think if it turns up on a car, it's probably going to be pretty quick. Because it'd be a
Turn left.
conscious decision by the owner to have a green car. Either from the factory or to paint it afterwards. Yeah.
You have arrived at your destination.
Okay. Into the championship. Rule Britannia. Let's see what we can do. You know, no promises, but I certainly intend to rule Britannia. Okay. Here we go. I knew it. I knew that Mini was just going to shoot off the line. No one takes a Mini to this kind of car meet without having just absurd amount of customization having done to it. Oh, I could have driven the TVR. That's right. We'll settle for the Aston Martin. Oh. 007 is maybe not quite as good there. Did you come out on top though, Wolf? Did you beat the nurse? Thank you, Sergeant. Oh. Yeah, we're gonna have to rewind that one, I think. Oh well. Always next time. Get out of it. Big wing you've got there, Mr. Mini. Is that a Land Rover in front? Yeah, not ideal. Okay, we're gonna take that one again too. Kind of embarrassing for this Aston Martin to get pipped at the corner by this Mini. Let alone getting annihilated by it in the acceleration game. I'm very impressed by this Range Rover Sport driver though, I'm not gonna lie. The fact that it is consistently staying in first place is kind of astonishing to me. And how many killers are there? Like, can you stand the majority of them, or can you not stand the majority of them? The little I've seen of it, it seems like Dead by Daylight. It seems like the kind of game that I'd kind of have to play with friends. I don't know if it's something I could just do with randoms. Certainly not at this point, given that everyone else would be so much more experienced than I am. That's a lot of killers, okay. That's a lot more than I thought that was. Oh, sorry. I thought you were gonna go away. My mistake.
Oh yeah,
No, I'll be honest. I don't know if I care that much.
Night battle. You ready for this? I'm ready for this. I've been stockpiling energy drinks for weeks.
400 meters. Turn sharp left. The next Horizon arcade event will begin any minute now. Enjoy.
Oh,
Turn
lost a wing mirror.
sharp left.
How old is that game now, Dead by Daylight? Can't be a young game by any stretch. Ah, thank you for the follow, Wolfex. Should have hit that. Oh, whoa. That was quite a lag spike for some reason. Wow, 6 years old. My goodness.
Turn left.
No wonder they've got 28 kills now. A little under 5 kills a year. Always a dirt road with the GPS. I've been interested in that too, to be honest, see if they've... It's got some pretty impressive technological kind of stuff behind it. The water physics in it look astonishingly good.
You have arrived at your destination.
But I've never really kind of worked up the courage, I guess, to actually try it out. But that's another game that I'm kind of impressed is still around. When it launched, it was pretty derided for being not great, and they really turned it around. I think the pandemic helped a lot. When everyone was at home, that kind of social game was very popular, and I think that helped it really kind of claw back an audience. So I'm happy to see that. Gee, we're all overtaking Zhao, huh? Oh, I could have driven the XJ220. See ya. Yeah, Siege is another one, which had an abysmal launch, but they really pulled, kind of, I guess the developers really pulled together and fixed it, and it's got such a following now. I'm not sure to call it like a cult game or a what, but it's still amazingly popular. So good on them for getting it back, getting back the audience that they lost with the botched launch. However, it's not a game that I particularly want to play. I like the idea of it, but I'm not a huge fan of the operators. I'm not a huge fan of those kind of hero shooters, to be honest. I was mildly tempted to play Overwatch back in the day, just because some of the powers like Tracer was kind of neat, but otherwise it is a game I've never played before, Hollow Knight. Obviously I've heard good things about it, but I've never played it myself. That's the black and white side scroller, correct? Hollow Knight? Yeah. Oh, thank you, Spaggy. I almost missed the corner myself. That's this damn Range Rover again. Why is he so damn quick? I haven't played too many of those kind of indie darlings, for lack of a better kind of classification. Okay, we're tied, unfortunately. Means we've got it all to play for this next race. I gotta win it, otherwise I won't win the championship, which means we gotta start again. Which is not an option I'm willing to entertain. I guess the closest thing to Hollow Knight I've played. Probably, the closest thing would probably be Ori Will of the Wisps, I think. It's another game, a franchise I guess I've never played. I don't think I haven't played any Dark Souls. Depending how you classify the genre, I'm not sure I've ever played a Dark Souls-like game. The closest I think I've gotten is bollocks, I've forgotten the name of the game. can't remember now. No, it is. Ori is an absolute masterpiece. It's such a beautiful game, and the sound, like the audio design and everything, it's just a fantastically put together piece of code. I haven't played the second one, but I really did enjoy the first one. Maybe I should play the second one on stream at some point. But for whatever reason, I haven't really been attracted to those kind of games for the most part. I can't remember what drew me to Ori. I think it was the art style to it that really kind of drew me in. Oh jeez. This car does not have much get up and go apparently compared to everyone else. Mr. Bond would have a little bit of trouble in this race, I think. Q Branch made some special adjustments. Hey, there we go. Oh, just made around that corner too. You don't want to lose the skill chain, obviously. Perish the thought. Yeah, I'm going to take another whack at that corner because I was coming in far too hot. It's a good game if you get the time to. But, I mean, honestly, that's a lot of the reasons why I haven't played some games. It's just... there's too many to choose from. And you've got games like this where... you know, you've got new... kind of in air quotes, new content every week, or a new car to unlock, and it just takes up time that you could be spending on playing something else. And honestly, for me at least, when I like come home, I almost feel like it takes effort to try a new game some days. If I don't have a reason. Like if friends are playing it or something and, you know, there's a free trial of it or whatever, then yeah, that's something else. But yeah, some games I just need, I don't know, to make a conscious decision, I guess, to actually pick it up and play it. And many times I'll really enjoy it when I do. But, I don't know. Thank you, Sergeant. I feel like, to an extent, I kind of have made this nice little cozy gaming environment of familiarity, and it takes effort to kind of venture outside of that. Hey, got the W. We did a cool little jump to the finish. We got the new radio track, which was one of my favorite from the previous soundtrack from Horizon 4. Now what? We need 3 more points. What could we do to get that? Let's have a look at the event lab. It's always interesting to see what the creators have done in the event lab. But let's get something with a little bit more get up and go. Let's take my upgraded DB11. See if that feels a bit more sprightly. Well, it certainly sounds better. And the fact that it's still having wheel spinning in 5th gear kind of indicates to me that it is a little bit quicker. Or at least a little bit more powerful. The fact that it has wheel spin in 5th gear possibly indicates that it's not quicker because it's wasting all of its power spinning the wheels. Not actually getting it to the old tarmac. This is easily my favorite stretch of road in this entire game. This winding ascent or descent, depending which way you're traveling, up the mountainside on tarmac. And as weird as it sounds, I like to try and get up as quickly as possible with as little score in the drift zone as possible. I feel that's a good indicator of a well-produced car. At least in terms of a non-drift car. If you made a drift car and you drove it up the hill with as little point as possible in a drift zone, then maybe you want to go back to the drawing board. Because you've accidentally made a Lotus or something. I'm never sure how to feel about the DB11. I was always a huge fan of the DB9. But the DB11 just didn't quite recreate that magic again for me. And I think it's the roof. I'm not a fan of that kind of two-tone situation they've got going on there. But I really like the tail lights. The rear, the fronts are really nice too. I think it's just the roof that isn't really doing it for me.
You have arrived at your destination.
Lag spike there. I also always forget how long this road is, which is nice. But it is a really quite a long road. You get to the top of the drift zone and you think, ah, I'm done. I've reached the summit. Nope. There's a lot more, or at least quite a bit more road to traverse.
400 meters. Turn sharp left.
Oh, this is so rude of me. My apologies. I have not had the speedometer up. Such a bad host. Let's fix that. Okay, that's done. Then we turn this on. Okay, that's better. Yep. That's better. Now we can all see how fast I go. Without me having to move my person. I'm quite comfortable there in the bottom right of the screen, to be honest.
400 meters. You will arrive at your destination. You have arrived at your destination.
Okay. Let's see what the map makers have for us today. Let's get in the Vantage. Let's go down a level in terms of cost at the Aston Martin workshop. I do miss a lot of the Forza Horizon 4 kind of UI elements, particularly the stuff around the race, but I do like the Horizon 5 loading screens with the reflective light panels on the metal of the car. It does look very nice. Yeah, I mean, from what I've heard, Sea of Thieves does get pretty spooky. They often have like a Halloween event, I believe. What are these fellas, huh? Some casual T-Rexes? Ah, this must be the new stuff with the Hot Wheels kit. Could have done with a bit of a banked corner there, I reckon. Just holding on to that corner just. Okay, good, it's only one lap. I just realized this looks like it's going to be quite long. I think they needed to bank the corners a little bit more. Because I'm discovering that taking Hot Wheels corners on a flat piece of track at like 400 kilometers an hour, not super ideal. Whoa. Don't know why it kind of loses itself a little bit on the loop-de-loop there. I'm not touching the controller when it does that. Not sure I agree with that placement. This isn't part of the DLC. This is just an event lab that someone's put together. I don't know if you need the DLC to play it. This is just a map that someone's put together with the pieces from the DLC. So I don't know if you need the DLC to play it. But it's still in Mexico, whereas like other DLCs for Horizon, the Hot Wheels DLC is kind of in a different island, if you will. Yeah, it was alright. But I'm a little bit of a weird, I guess, Horizon player, whereas I quite like the base game for the most part, or the base world, where there's a lot of area that you can drive around and stuff. The Hot Wheels world, while significantly larger than the one in Horizon 3, this felt very cramped because you're restricted to specific tracks and what have you. It is a very impressive world, though, there's no denying that. And it's definitely visually impressive. And some of the cars that came out of it were quite nice. But, yeah, I don't know if I would buy it a second time. I'm not sure. Then again, I wasn't really that much of a Hot Wheels child. So if you were, or if you're even still today just a huge Hot Wheels fan, it might scratch an itch. Yeah. No, there's definitely that. Though a lot of the cars as well, though, are quite repetitive. Like, there's a lot of McLaren variants, for example, that are basically the same thing. And there's quite a few of the car pass cars, I guess you'd call them, that are really quite unremarkable. To me at least. To someone else, they might be, you know, the car that they've always wanted to have in the game. Okay, mission accomplished. Thank you, Sergeant. Yes. I forgot about that. Not a huge fan of the spoiler in this car. Very inelegant. Just a thing of metal that kind of sticks up. It's not quite as elegant as the one on the DB11, which is some sort of air deflection thing. I don't quite know how it works. There's a little ridge that sticks up at the back and then goes back down when you don't need it. Quite a cool piece of kit, whatever it is. But it's much nicer than this pinky little thing that looks quite out of proportion, to be honest, to the rest of the car. got a pretty extensive diffuser on the back of this car. Yeah, wow. A lot of fins. I don't remember that before. Then again, I probably wasn't paying too much attention to it. Yeah, I mean, that's half the reason I unlock the cars, just to tinker with them a little bit, and then 9 times out of 10 I'll forget them. Like that Chinese little van thing, the Wuling something or other, from a couple of months ago. I haven't touched that since, but it was fun to unlock. Ooh. Excuse me, the work week's catching up with me. It was fun to unlock and play around with for a little bit. One thing I would really like them to add to Horizon 4 would be 5, sorry, or just the Horizon series in general, would be the ability to downgrade cars. Like, I'd love the ability to take the Ford GT from 2005 and just take the supercharger off it so it was naturally aspirated. I think that'd be cool. Kind of take off the factory modifications to an extent. I'm most interested, speaking of Horizon updates, I guess, in the next Horizon update, because apparently they're putting in some... what are they doing? They're adding the version 2 of AMD's kind of AI upscaling stuff that they use, which I'm looking forward to. Because at least for now, my 1070 does have a tendency to chug quite a bit when I'm streaming as well as driving around on Horizon 5, particularly in the more built-up areas in the town. Whatever it's called. Really hits the old frame rate quite hard. So hopefully that will work. Then when I do get a new computer, or a new computer, apparently they're adding ray tracing to the game as well. Which, particularly in photo mode, that's really the only place I care about it. I'm quite looking forward to. Looking forward to getting my reflections on properly. Now, where is my nearest domicile? Probably there. Yeah, I hope so. There was a map from last week, or maybe it wasn't last week. Maybe it was within the last month, I think. I'm losing all track of time. Which was quite obviously designed as like a photo shoot location, and it just had a lot of lights and stuff like that. And to me, it just kind of screamed that I want to have photos taken here with ray tracing on, you know? I'm looking forward to going back there. Once I get a new computer, once the update comes out, which, let's be honest, will probably come first, and take some really quite nice shots.
Turn right.
I'll be interested to see how this sounds when we upgrade the exhaust. It already... Yeah, the sun does that in this game. Also, for whatever reason, I'm perpetually flashbanged when I'm in cockpit view.
Turn left.
And I don't quite know why.
Turn left. You have arrived at your destination.
But think about how much better that flashbang will be when it's ray traced. Alright, what can we do to you? Oh yeah, off-road tires, hell yeah. Let's get you to the top of S1 class, I reckon. We obviously need fat rear tires. Because we're losing it a little bit. Let's push them out a little bit. No. Do we want a spoiler? Perhaps. If only to prevent that other one from coming up. Now it does significantly affect our top speed, unsurprisingly. But it would prevent that from popping up, so I'm going to say yes. Normally I don't like spoilers, but in this instance, I think that's preferable to what we've got. Got a naturally aspirated V12 currently. Okay. We can work with that. We're already on race suspension. Okay. We don't have a race gearbox? That is weird. And we can't do anything to the exhaust. That is a bummer. Okay, well I think that means we can do slick tires. Change the rims as well. So it's obvious that this is not your mum's 177. Which, incidentally, if your mum owns a 177, coolest mum around. Putting it out there. Where's old reliable? There you are. The face doesn't quite sit right with me. I don't know why. I don't know why that grille just seems a bit more gaping than I'm used to. Otherwise, the car looks fantastic. Particularly in side profile, it just looks stupendous. I think the interior leaves a little bit to be desired, and I'll have a look at that more closely, in the Forza Vista after we're done touring the upgrade shop. Got a race transmission in that bad boy. Race diff. Will I make use of that race diff? Probably not. At least not to its full extent. Wait, hold on. Okay, I thought that was green somewhere for some reason. Have we done the weight reduction? We have now. Should I take that off? Possibly. It does make us a lot faster. At the top end, at least. Ah, what the hell. Could always turbocharge us. I've always wanted approximately 1,000 Newton meters of torque. That'll get us to the top of S1 class. Or closer to it at least. You can't upgrade the turbos any further, interesting. Weird. Okay. think that's what we want to do. Think. Let's take it to the paint shop, and then we'll have a tour in the old Forza Vista. Break out the spray gun, Kenny. What colors do we... Red actually sits alright with me. I do like the duck egg blue though, that's very nice. Black, not so much. Beige is quite nice too. That eggshell white is very nice too. But I feel like it needs to be a metallic color. Oh, no, none of those. Where's the custom metallic? Get in blue zone. I can't remember how I got it. You can get it in one of the challenges, I think. But it's been so long. It's really pastel, this bad boy. $33. I think that's come out quite nicely. Gotta have our lightweight mirrors though. I think it's... What? Is that all I can change? That's better. I must have accidentally gone to custom paint. We want white, black. Let's go black. Oh, overshot. We wanted the matte. Turn the brightness way down. Lovely. Weird. I don't know. Then again, I wasn't paying too much attention, so you're probably right. I just checked that I had it through the trial, and I did. So that was basically it for me for consideration. Thank you, Sergeant. I can always rely on you to plug the follow button. Alright, let's have a look at the inside of this bad boy. Let me in. Forgot I had weird door handle. But the center console just doesn't... It's so busy. Oh, you can do photo mode inside. Interesting. But you can't zoom in. A real shame. This doesn't look elegant inside. Also nowadays it just looks really quite dated with the lack of touchscreen or what have you. Could have had fabric door handle. Nice satisfying thunk. Close the door. I wasn't raised in a barn. I was hoping for the boot. Doesn't look like there's one actually. So you shouldn't be too surprised. You also can't open the bonnet. Which I am a bit more surprised about. Yeah, interesting design decision to kind of weld the bonnet shut when you put the engine in. But if it works for Aston Martin, you know, they're the car scientists after all, not me. I'm not the carologist, they are. Let's see if there's anything new in the hub. Car Station 3, that was the one. That was the one that looked definitely like it was meant to be a... Let's have a look at Hell's Mulgi City Circuit. A solo, please. Yes, we'll take the 177 out for a spin. We might have a look at online. See if we can school some people, or more likely get schooled by some people. And hopefully, more importantly, meet some friends along the way. Oh, I vaguely remember this. This is the city near the... Oh wait, maybe I don't. I don't remember this boundary wall. Oh, this is with the new Surfers Paradise buildings from Horizon 3. Awesome. Wow, it really does feel quite like a city. Where did they put this? Ah, okay, over here. Alright. That makes sense. Welcome on in, Master Gamer 17. It's always a pleasure to have someone as competent as you as games in my stream. This is Forza Horizon 5. They're currently playing a custom map. Thank you very much, Master Gamer, for the follow. I really appreciate that. Every follow helps on the old route to affiliate, so I appreciate that immensely. How have you been this fine day? Wait. Those streetlights, they're individually placed. There's not streetlights in the middle of the road. That's impressive. Well done, Matt, whoever made this. So this 177 is perhaps not well suited to this environment. She's having a bit of trouble in the corners. It's probably because she's a heavy GT car. Not quite made for these fast city streets. Ow. That was me, that was not the car. I can't blame the car on that one. And unfortunately, I think I ruined her pretty face in doing so. Which I think we can all acknowledge is probably the best part of this car. And actually, no, I lied. I think the butt is the best part of this car. or the silhouette. Hold on a second, I didn't do 3 laps. My best lap was 5 seconds? What? There's no way in hell I did a lap in 5 seconds. Unless where I started and then crossed the first checkpoint counted as a lap? Maybe that was the 5-second lap? Let's see what else is on the event lab. Huge skate park, check description. Great title. Boardwalk custom track. Oh, we gotta get the spooky one in. Gotta check out the spooky one. Get in my zooped up golf buggy and we'll go check out these spooky ones. Everyone make sure you hold someone else's hand so you don't get too scared while playing, while watching I should say this. I'll hold my controller extra tight for comfort. We just gotta wait for it to load. Which is certainly detracting from the scares a little bit, if I'm honest. Oh, we're racing against others. That's a lot less spooky. Don't I have another gear? Hold on. Let's just quit the event. We'll do it again. I just need to check my what's going on with my car. Could have sworn we had more than one gear in that. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we've got 2. Of course, my mistake. Is that the only UTV I've got? If so, we might have to make a quick stop. Master gamer, I'm not a masochist. Okay, maybe it's only up to a certain PI level. Particularly if it's stock as well. I've got I've got other things I plan to do tonight, like go to bed. There is definitely an element of like it would be hilarious to do. But I don't know. Maybe another night, maybe for some sort of celebration or something. Particularly with some friends, it would be hilarious to do. What am I looking for? The event lab. What Australia like? You know, fine. Currently it's a little bit... Nope, I didn't want to go to that. I wanted to check the event information. C600, okay. I need to get a C600 UTV, which is better than this one. For the festival. You know, Australia's fine enough.
100 meters. Turn left.
Well, it's slightly larger than it is in Horizon 3. There's more than one city. And there's less people driving on the wrong side of the roads at 170 kilometers an hour. But otherwise, it's pretty accurate. No, it's a little bit cold. It's still feeling a bit early spring, given how far into spring it actually is, being November. And it's wet. But it's going to be a wet year again.
In 200 meters, turn left.
Also, you missed out on Horizon 2, which in my opinion is my favourite one. That was the first one I played, and basically the reason I bought an Xbox One.
Turn right.
I foolishly expected to need another gear, so I geared down.
Turn left.
Horizon 2 had a really great setting. That kind of southern
Turn left.
France, northern Italy. Lovely. I will say this, it's got a really nice rear visibility with that mirror. But otherwise, I can't really say much good about this car. Okay, we can upgrade the gearbox though. Do we want to do that? Well, hopefully that'll help. I can't guarantee it. I don't know if it was that good. But it might help a little bit. Obviously it'll be a bit of a step backwards in some respects. You know, it won't be... That makes no difference. Some of the mechanics won't be as developed and what have you. But that was the first one where it was properly open world. Where you could go kind of wherever you wanted. And I think that's basically the reason why I bought it. I saw a dev interview where they were like, yeah, you probably in the real world you could probably drive through the vineyards, so we made it so you could drive through the vineyards. I was like, okay, cool, you've got my attention. Okay, now do I have gears? Check the old custom tuning. Hell yeah, we got 6 gears. Thank you, Sergeant. And we can barely use all of them. Look, I can't be bothered to play around with the gears that much. Let's see if this is a little bit better. Gonna go on a limb and say probably not too much better. The thing is, I don't really know how much faster another UTV is. I don't quite know what I'm comparing it to. But I would not want to be driving this car in real life, that much is certain. I would almost certainly die. Event lab. Let's have a look at the spooky one again. Alright, everyone get ready to get spooked. Hopefully for realsies this time. Loading. Loading spooks. Alright, hopefully this is a little bit better. Alright, well, at least keeping pace. This is another map that could look awesome with ray tracing. That's kind of spooky. Certainly foggy. Oop, I didn't even see what I ran into. Kind of reminds me of a Mario Kart track in some respects, to be honest, with all those kind of tunnel corridors. I was fully anticipating to go through that gate for some reason. That was a foolish decision by that AI. Don't you... me? Oh, that was a really bad decision by that car. I'll be honest. Now, it's not just because I'm a very brave fox, chat, but I'm not feeling particularly spooked. I don't know what I was expecting, but I feel like there have been spookier things I've encountered over the past month. I'll admit that most of those were horror games, and this is a racing game, but I mean that's kind of spooky, that tunnel of trees. How do they do that? Are they pots? Ah, they're a paper lantern. Clever. Okay, I was gonna laugh at you, but then I did pretty much the same thing. They're also surprisingly long. Like, we're only just about to finish our first lap. Apparently we've got 3 more. Where's the corner? There's so much debris. The spooky thing is how hidden that checkpoint is. It's behind this tree trunk because of the way it's orientated. It's almost entirely hidden. The fog's really catching the headlights in such a way that I'm having a little bit of trouble seeing in some places. Hopefully the stream's not chug-a-lugging too much. It can get a little bit dicey when you've got all these kind of lights going on. Yeah, it is a little bit chuggy. We'll try and get through this as quick as we can. And then return to daytime. Just enough rewind to get around that corner. Has anyone seen that Black Adam film that came out? I feel like it was maybe 2 weeks ago, at the most. I have not, obviously, but I also have no particular compulsion to do so. I've heard mixed things about it though. But, I don't know. I feel like nowadays I have to be really compelled to go to the cinema. Frankly, I have to be really quite compelled to watch something full stop. I've gotten in a horrible habit of just not really watching movies or TV or whatever. Netflix or otherwise. I'm not sure why. We got one more left, okay. Here's what it is. That's for this spooky map. Don't know. Don't know how I feel about it, Chief. Maybe if it was on Halloween night or something, perhaps. And it definitely would be kind of funny to play with some friends. The trees do kind of jump out at you at some points. Particularly if you could somehow force them to be played in first person, I think that would make it an absolute disaster. Thank you, sign. I mean, Black Adam doesn't interest me. As far as I can tell, the movie, I've paid no attention to it, really. I mean, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's a fine enough actor. But I'm not gonna go out especially just to see it because Dwayne's in it, you know? And I have no knowledge particularly of Black Adam and if I should care about that character or not. I think the last film I saw in the cinemas was probably The Batman earlier this year, which I really enjoyed. That's a grade A piece of cinema in my opinion. But I feel a lot of those comic book franchises are just a little bit tired these days. Like, I feel Marvel's really, I don't know, kind of, from what I've heard, dropped in quality a bit these days. Not that I was a huge Marvel stan back in the day, but now there doesn't seem like there's much to stan about, to be honest. Okay. Let's have another look at the event lab. Was there another interesting map that wasn't spooky? Huge skate park might be interesting. Okay, not perfect, but looks good. And that's half the battle, really, when you think about it. Ah, I keep hitting back when I don't need to. Boardwalk custom track, that's what it was. Let's have a look at the boardwalk custom track. Get a custom boardwalk. Let's not take that car again if we can avoid it. What car will we take instead, however, Zhao? What car will we take instead? No, on PC, but using an Xbox controller. This is the first one I've played on PC though. The other 2, 3, and 4 I played on the Xbox. It's just easier to stream in the way that I want to on PC. So, stream it on PC. And I don't have to pay for it twice as well, which is always nice. Lots of boardwalk they have to piece together to make it. Okay. I'm repositioned, I'm sitting up straight. Let's have a look at this custom boardwalk. Oh, it's got a pretty cool finish line. Yeah, it sounds pretty neat so far. Oh, all into the wall. Whoa, you really went into the wall, sir. Thank you, Kurito. Thank you very much for the follow. I'm glad you like what you see. I really appreciate the follow. That's every follow is a little bit closer to affiliate, you know? I thank you very much. How are you doing, Kurito? How's your day been or going so far? Oh, I overcooked that corner. I blame that on your follow, Kurito. I won't hold it against you personally, but just don't do it again. That's good. Just made around. Any big plans for the weekend, anyone? I do not. My main plan for the weekend will be trying to figure out what the hell's going on with my monitor. Big jump. Ow. Really? Quite dig the fences here. Good choice. Good choice. Thank you, Sergeant. I will probably be trying to fix this monitor and playing video games as well. Because frankly, after the work week, I find myself spent 9 times out of 10. Get up on this island and try and get a little bit more speed. Get over here to get a little bit more speed as well. Just have to island hop a little bit through here. Playing anything in particular though, Kurito, or just kind of whatever takes your fancy? This is quite neat. Very smooth too. Good choice, good choice. That was impressively smooth. Well done, the creator. Good. How many gears does this bad boy have? 10. Wow. This is gonna hurt like hell. That really put a stop to my forward momentum, that jump. Is that the start line? No, I don't think so. I don't recognize any of this. How have you been finding Horizon 5? Have you played any other ones? Or is this your first? Just if you've got, you know, any kind of comparison. Because personally I find Horizon 4 a little bit better than Horizon 5 in some respects. I think mechanically this is a better game. Oh! But I think I much preferred the world of Horizon 4. A lot of people poo-pooed the season stuff, but I really quite enjoyed the seasons and how it was a different game world every week or so. And I know there's seasons in this game, but they were just all visually obvious. Yeah, my first was 2 as well. And I think that's definitely got a special spot in my heart as well. I don't think it's my favorite. I think I stand by my statement. I think 4 is my favorite. The trouble is that I don't think it'd be appropriate for the setting though to have as much snow. I don't know, I've never been to Mexico and I'm not Mexican obviously. But that's just my kind of general read of the country. Not a huge snow country. I hope everyone's hopes are realised and that the next Horizon is set in Japan or something. I think that'll be interesting. I think that'll be a perfect location for it to be set, to be honest. It's got a fantastic car culture, obviously. It's got a huge population of car producers. Okay, well I didn't do any better in that corner. Let's try that again. 3rd time's a charm. Much better. There we go, finally made it around. Let's get the other one. Yep. Yeah, I don't know where else they'd have it, but then again, I don't think anyone predicted Mexico. Or at least no one that I heard. I feel like Mexico was pretty out of the blue. So if it's not Japan, I'd be very interested to see where else they'd send it to. Oh, that really stops you in its tracks. I don't know where else they could send it to if it wasn't Mexico. No, if it wasn't Japan, to be honest. You could maybe do Germany. There'd be a pretty good reason to send it to Germany. There's a big car manufacturing, by extension car culture there. I don't know. Russia's renowned for a lot of things, but I don't think it's renowned for its car culture / manufacturing. And as much of a meme as it would be, I don't particularly want to drive a Lada or a UAZ or anything like that. It would be hilarious, don't get me wrong. But I think if you want to play Russian Forza Horizon, you should probably pick up Mud Runners or Snow Runners. Shadow Fox, how you doing, man? How's the back treating you? And more importantly, how's being back at work treating you? did not expect to be stopped in my tracks. I'm well, Shadow, I'm well. I had the first half of the week off because I was sick. But that wasn't too bad. It was only a head cold, so I wasn't having to curl up next to the toilet or anything like that. Probably want first gear for this one, huh? Yep. But it was nice to... It wasn't too bad. It was bad enough that I could definitely get away with not going to work without kind of feeling a little bit guilty. But it was not bad enough that I wasn't able to enjoy being at home as well. At least for this last 2 days. The Monday was a little bit rough. Just feeling, you know, spaced out and all that kind of stuff. We were just discussing where we reckon the next Horizon would be, and I said my money is probably on Japan. Just because the reason we got onto that was because I was saying that Horizon 4 is probably my favorite one because it's got the most dynamic world, and Mexico just doesn't have that in the same way. I'm just looking forward to like a Togu or something, like the old canyon races from Need for Speed Carbon. And also, particularly seeing as they're introducing ray tracing to Horizon 5 in the next update, I think Japan with all its neon in the cities would look stunning as well. What? What was that? That's a ramp. I've heard that is a pretty average update. I haven't paid much attention to it. Master Gamer, your guess is as good as mine at this point, to be honest. I have no idea. I'm interested in the technical stuff that they're doing for the PC side with the new AMD 2.0 FSR and the ray tracing and stuff like that. But I've heard that it's pretty average otherwise. It seems that Forza Twitter, for lack of a better term, is unimpressed. Which is kind of disappointing. I was interested in what they could be doing with Donut Media. I did also hear that they were talking about the what was it? The new DLC coming out in Q1 of next year. I'm kind of interested in that too. But yeah, that's basically what I heard. It was a lot of recycled stuff. But, you know. I'm not going to complain too much, I don't think. But then again, I haven't paid too much attention to it. No, not yet. They're talking about it coming out in the beginning of next year. And I'll be interested to see what that is like. Yeah, sure. Let's have a look at this Japanese style rally. What Japanese style car should I go with? I don't know. I really don't know what I'd want, because a lot of the DLCs I haven't been particularly interested in when I think back. What's... I don't know. I feel like Lego... I like the way the Lego kind of world interacted with the for lack of a better term, real world. But I felt like it lacked cars, to be honest. I'm gonna go the 2000 GT. That one sounds nice. It lacked cars. It only had like 4 or 5 cars. I think if it had more cars, I think it would be looked back on a lot more fondly. Well, they always, well, not always, but they have seemed to have a trend over the last 3 games. Yeah, obviously I wouldn't expect them to duplicate all the cars. But, you know, maybe a dozen. Or, you know, 2 dozen or something. Just enough that you could... that's a good measure. Enough that you could have a race with a full complement of AI drivers, so 12 people, and them all be in a different car. And none of them are real-world cars. I think that would be a good measure for a expansion where you're completely changing the aesthetic of the cars. You can get it. I think you can get away with it in Hot Wheels, not having enough to do that because they do look realistic. Yeah, I mean, there's enough. It's just that, for whatever reason, they just weren't in the game. Be that time issues or what? Oh, it's a time trial. Okay, interesting. But what was I going to say? Before, I feel like for all of the Horizons that I can remember at least, we've had 2 tie-ins. Oh, sorry, we've had a tie-in one, be that Hot Wheels or Lego, or Fast and the Furious in Horizon 2, and a non-tie-in DLC. Storm Island, Blizzard Mountain, whatever it was in Horizon 3, Fortune Island. So I wonder if this next one would be the serious one in air quotes. As to what it would be, I don't know. I can't remember what it was called. Whatever the one in Horizon 3 was, where you were in the Australian Alps. And that was the first... Okay, I am making an absolute hash of this. It was the first one which had snow in it. This is a really pretty map. We'll see. We'll see. Where did they get all this Japanese architecture from? Blizzard Mountain, yeah, that's the one. Thank you, Sergeant. I don't know if they'd have the ability to do so, but I would be really interested if they did a Cuban DLC. Because they've got all of their old kind of American cars from the 40s and 50s that they've just kind of kept running because of the embargoes that they've been under. Some of them are. I mean, Kira's still around, I think. But then again, I've never really found many of the characters particularly cringe. Even, like, I remember people saying that the one in Horizon 2, whoever that chap was quite cringe. But, I didn't mind him. Maybe it's because I didn't particularly expect much, but, you know, they were fine. Well, unfortunately we've got a bronze on this one. Might try it again. That was a pretty good map though. Are you basically looking for a bit more of a story, Shadow? like some sort of more definitive progression, I guess. Well, that's gonna affect the old time rating there. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I just, I don't know. I'm trying to think what I want to say. I think in terms of like story progression, my favorite one is I can't remember if I've finished Horizon 1, but I have played at least some of all of them. Because I picked up Horizon 1 when it was free on Games with Gold because they had to stop selling it because of licensing or whatever. And I think my favorite one has been Horizon 2 in terms of story, just because it was I felt like it made the most sense, and it didn't. I do feel that stories in racing games do feel quite kind of there. Like they're a bit of an afterthought. They don't particularly drive the story forward like the driving doesn't necessarily drive the story forward. It's just kind of like, oh, there's a story here, it's cool. No, I mean, I'll give you that. But then again, what car festival do you know where you're driving 170 kilometers an hour down a Mexican street with traffic on it? Hey, we're not going to get gold, but we might get a bronze at least. Or possibly a silver even. Alright, I'm happy with silver. That'll do me. That's a cool map though. I'm gonna leave you for a second with each other in these drum and bass beats. Just gonna get a drink, as Stay Healthy Bot reminded me to do so. I will be back momentarily. Try not to burn the stream down if you can. But if you can't, I won't hold it against you either. So I'll be back in like a minute or two. Yeah, Rami is a little bit much. But I think I think you could maybe... You could, what's the word? You could have Remy if you also had someone who was kind of the opposite. An anti-Remy, if you will. Someone who's a bit more of a sourpuss. Anyway, let's get back to it. Drop a like on that bad boy. I don't know about you guys, but I've discovered soda water in the past month. And its uses. Yeah, Aymar is always overly negative. Yeah, I could see that kind of playing out in the same way to an extent as Horizon 3, where you chose how the festival expanded. I could see them somehow playing that in to the dialogue tree, perhaps. Just making sure I haven't missed anything in here. We'll favorite that one though. That one is pretty neat. No, I haven't favorited that one. I will favorite that one too. Because I want to come back to that when I get a ray traceable card. What is this one? Let's have a look. But I also feel like dialogue trees and stories and stuff is maybe a little bit much. What kind of card do we need for this bad boy? The eligible cards. Okay. That was useful. For cars that don't exist. I can see that as well. Like transferring the cars that you own, but I think there is also an element to kind of unlocking the cars again. Then there's the licensing thing too. But I think half of the reason that people play the game is to unlock the cars. Like, you would spend significantly less time in this game if you didn't have to unlock all the cars. And I think ultimately that will be a deciding factor in terms of that. Personally, as I've said numerous times before, I would really adore it if they could, instead of bringing the cars over, I think it'd be nice if they brought the maps over. I feel that's the same issue though, Shadow, in that it would just basically then be a shortcut to basically getting all the cars again. Oh yeah, I updated the old display picture, so you've got my handsome face here and here, twice. Here, and over here. If I can get the mouse underneath me. Here. Here. Oh yeah, they'd be crucified if they... I mean, if they didn't let you take liveries across, that would just be crazy. Let's try that again. I do really like how this car sounds. Yeah, sure, let's do that. What do we want to take? Let's... car I'm driving currently. No, I mean, they've got so much... And I imagine if they're sensible, they'll at least try and somehow allow a lot of the... Actually, no, I don't even know what I'm talking about now. You wouldn't be able to do that. I was going to say they'd at least try and allow the... try and allow the event lab stuff to come over. But that's reliant on the map, so I doubt it. I imagine that will be updated at some point. But I wouldn't be surprised if that's partly a limitation of like the Xbox One and what have you. That license plate just fell off for some reason. Okay, I'm in a severely less... Oh no, the Holden Monaro is slightly cheaper than my one. Maybe not. I don't know. The Maloo is probably cheaper. But this is an expensive pack. I did not expect to be overtaking people in this pack, to be honest. The stream's looking a little bit choppy. Please tell me if it reaches intolerable level. I'll see what I can do. No, you're definitely a more patient man than I am. I could not make some of those complex little liveries. I just steal people like yours work and get the vinyl groups or whatever and put them on this car. Like, I didn't make that maple blossom tree on the side. I just picked that from the highlighted gallery or whatever. I'm glad that you put a Christmas capper in there. We are on that Christmas creep now. And I enjoy having real life logos on my car. So I thank you for that. But yeah, you must have the patience of a saint to do that for 8 hours. Thank you, Sergeant. Oh yeah. Like, the actual positioning wouldn't be... Well, I mean, it wouldn't be easy, but it wouldn't be terribly difficult, I can't imagine. But when it comes to the complex stuff, like making it look 3D or shaded or anything other than the basic positioning stuff, that would be where it gets a real chore. We thank you for your service, Shadow. Now that I think about it, that would be something cool that they could do. They should add a, kind of like on Twitch these days, you can add a role, so it'll appear next to you, kind of like how Sergeant Zhao there's got the sword for the moderator role, but you can also get an artist role. It'll show up next to someone who's created your emotes or whatever. It'd be cool if the Horizon, or yeah, if the Forza Horizon team did that for people who do make the liveries and have that next to them, next to their names. not necessarily like their how to describe it, but just like people who have contributed and had it downloaded X number of times, you know? There's something to recognize their contribution to the community. Speaking of which, does that mean you earn, just thinking about it, does that mean you earn some fat stacks, Shadow, from having your liveries downloaded? Yeah, something like a paint palette or a paint bucket or something, just to show that, you know, hey, I'm one of the artists that help out kind of free of charge. A design tip, Master Gamer, follow your heart. Sick. On 3 wheels for a little bit of that. Looked very cool. Okay, we were not super schooled, at least. I mean, we are severely outranked. The person who came first is like a prestige 7. Master, I guess the ultimate answer is you won't really know until you try, huh? As a cliche as that might sound. Might discover that you've just got the knack for it. Or you might discover that whilst you don't have the knack for it, you really like doing it nonetheless. Like Shadow Fox over here, you just like making real life logos. Or making Unreal logos. Of course, I'm one to talk. I've never done it myself. I've had no particular interest in going that granular. I just steal things that the Forza paint shop recommends to me. Okay, we've got a more populated server once more. Of course, we've got a Supra. Yeah, I was going to say, I think I'm probably in the smallest car on this server. Lost it a little bit there. Well, you're a better creator than me, at least, Shadow. I can give you that much for sure. I'll be honest, it might not be a huge award, but it is an award nonetheless. Oh, I see, we're fighting for last place. Rad. Oh, no, we're not. Second last place. How does that not get a slow down? Come on now. There you go. I think I'll make it to the end before it finishes. Let's find out for sure. Turns out the 2000 GT was maybe not the best choice, but it wasn't a bad choice. Alright, let's see what the next open is. Yeah, I'll try it. Let's see how badly I regret this decision. Doesn't look like I've got many better options. Let's go with all reliable. I've got big respect for... Welcome back. Welcome back, Rick. Glad to have you back. I hope your driving went well. I do think it's quite cool that Porsche did make these kind of rally versions of their 911. Well, you know, 911 derived at least. I respect that kind of experimentation. We can get rid of that. Alright. Just have to click off the game for a second. Yeah, we got some real heavyweights. 420 level with a Prestige 7. Why are you in a Dodge Viper? Do you know something I don't? What is everyone's current drink of choice? Mine is cordial and soda water. I've discovered that of late, thanks to my mum's recommendation. And it is really quite nice. relatively economical. Hazelnut latte. Ooh la la. I'm not a coffee drinker myself, but hazelnut products do have a certain effect on me. Nothing quite like a good Nutella toast. From what I've heard, you'd quite like Australia then. Apparently we are a country of coffee snobs. I blame the Italian migration post-war. Pepsi and tea drinker. At the same time, Master Gamer, or separately? You have a kind of... P, I guess would be the pilk equivalent for Pepsi and tea. Oh yes. I've never really gotten behind the Lipton iced tea thing. I don't know if I've ever tried it, to be honest. One of the reasons I don't like coffee is because I'm a little bit of a baby and I don't particularly like hot drinks. I much prefer my drinks to be cold. So I'm not even a fan of tea, to be honest. Before I became diagnosed as lactose intolerant, milkshakes or thick shakes were the my vice for sure. Look at this fella. 420 prestige 7, 589 prestige 6. I am severely outclassed. I haven't really delved into the world of cocktails. What's your go-to, Shadow? No. I mean, I could be an idiot savant at level 1 or whatever. But I would argue there's possibly a higher probability that they're not bad. Gee, that Jeep shot off the line. A Russian snowball? What is in a Russian snowball? I imagine vodka is involved. But outside of that, I have no idea. Thank you, Sergeant. Get the dodge when it goes dirty. Ah, milk over ice, of course. Two different vodkas though. I mean, outside of probably quality, I would have thought vodka is vodka. I'm surprised to learn that it's different. Martian? Wow, okay. I need to expand my horizons when it comes to vodka, apparently. Marshmallow flavor. Now that is interesting. Sounds like it would be quite a nice tasting drink. If I ever find myself in a situation where I'm ordering a cocktail, I'll have to remember Russian Snowball. Well, no, I don't know about that, Master Gamer. As I said before, I would really like to be able to replay the older maps in this newer game. Yeah, I think for the most part, spirits like the vodka or whatever, where they don't particularly have a flavor apart from burning, I don't really find the point of on their own. Must have joined that halfway through. Let's see what the next one is. Maybe it wasn't the championship yet. China, you reckon, Rick? Okay. What makes you say China, out of curiosity? Because I've got nothing to back it up, but I've got my hopes set on Japan. Yeah, Shadow, I've got a friend who swears by Jim Beam and Coke. Or he used to, at least. I don't know if he still does. Oh, I almost missed that. Maybe would have done better if I did. Oh wow, we are whiffing this hard. Huge fan of the self-promotion in chat, Master Gamer, if I'm honest. A little bit tacky. But as a side note, what is a llama yet channel? Well, by that same measure, Ricky, I would argue that Japan would make more sense. Okay, Master. I will warn you, just as a heads up, that it's generally considered uncool to kind of self-promote in someone else's Twitch chat or comments, just as a heads up. And I suspect some others may take it slightly worse than I might. No, don't worry too much. Just a warning to yourself. Ricky, I think there's more chance of it being in Japan only because it's got a significantly longer history of car manufacturing. You know, your Toyotas, your Hondas, Suzukis, even if they get them. I'd love to have a Suzuki Swift Sport. That'd have been great fun to throw that around. Heard they're great little cars, the Suzuki Swift Sports. Yeah, that too. And I mean, think of all the gamers that are also weebs as well. It'll probably be like Mexico and Australia, where it's not really Tokyo or Osaka. It's just kind of generic Japan. So, now that I think about it, it would probably have to have a big city, you're right. Or a big-ish city. And it couldn't be Hiroshima or Nagasaki, otherwise the memes would be just too edgy. Well, I really bottled this one, huh? I don't even know if I'm going to finish it. I personally prefer streets, to be honest. I like a tighter track than a highway provides. You know, tighter corners and stuff like that. Yeah, wow, the Bone Shaker didn't even finish. That's astonishing. Yeah, that would make sense. And they've clearly noticed that people... I won't say no to that. That people want drift races. When am I going to be in what next? Master? Oh yeah, sure. I'll have a look at this. Yeah, sure. Let's go a little bit try hard and break out the old GTR. Relive the Underground 2 playthrough days of 2 or 3 weeks ago now. Which, incidentally, that game is shockingly long. When am I going to next be streaming? I'll be streaming again at around the same time tomorrow night. Hopefully finishing off Alien Isolation. And then on Wednesday and Friday and Saturday of next week. But Fridays are the Forza... Friday is Forza Day. It was great to replay it, to be honest, it really was. Well, kickoff is always 8 PM. So whatever 2 3/4 of an hour ago was, that's the time in the UK. So I think that's 9 AM. Yeah, I definitely am in the future, I know that much. Because currently it's, as you can see in the bottom left of the screen, it's currently 10:49 here. So, whatever 2 3/4 an hour ago was, that's the time. I'm surprised you guys don't know each other. The island's small enough, right? Look, I'll be honest, Master Gamer, the future's pretty much the same as the present/past was. The flying car still isn't here yet. But you'll be I'll be the first to tell you. I'll make sure to stop the stream and we'll cover it here if it does. No. I like the idea of Teslas, but I particularly don't like their interior. They need to bring, yeah, I mean they need to bring a lot of cars back, but it seems that a lot of car companies are just being selfish with their licensing, I guess, or wanting more money than Microsoft and Playground Games is wanting to give out. Like we don't have Alfa Romeo, for example. Well, it's not just... I don't particularly care about the propulsion methods per se. I don't like the... I find Teslas look kind of meh. They look a bit boring for the most part. I don't particularly like what they're doing with their steering wheels. The yoke or whatever. Not a fan of. And I don't like the fact that they've got all of that stuff on the touch screen only. There's no physical dials, but that's not only a Tesla issue, that's unfortunately a broader car manufacturing issue, the obsession with touchscreens. They did do that once, Master, with Porsche in Horizon 2, I remember. This is going to be very close if I actually make it. Just. But I quite like the Polestar cars look quite nice on the outside, even though they do suffer from a similar issue of very touchscreen centric. Yes, they are, and I quite like that one. And as far as I know, its interior is a lot more regular in terms of having actual switches and stuff. Yeah. Now, if it wasn't for the weekly things coming back, I would not be playing this every Friday. I can assure you of that. You know, that's a fair point, Master, and I'm surprised they actually don't have that. You would think that the car brands would actually be asking for that kind of thing. Yes, there is that too, Rick, that they are a bit more of a fire hazard than a combustion engine. But I think on balance, they're at least a little bit better, if not comparable to a combustion car. Thank you, Sergeant. I would like the Reventon back, to be honest. Oh, and the Mura concept from Forza Horizon 1. Forza Horizon in real life would be terrifying. And I'm not just saying that because I live in a country where it was set at one point. The logistics would be a nightmare, and the insurance premium would be astronomical. It would be the GDP of some G7 country. Because, I mean, this car isn't anything particularly exciting, but it's still probably worth $100,000 or so, at least in Australian. Because there's just not many of them. And I'm just throwing it around like it's nothing. And this isn't even one of the more exotic cars. You've got the Auto Union cars from way back in the day. The Auto Union F1 car, whatever it was back then. That'd be worth literal millions. And you can get in the Forza Horizon, you can just jump in and just send it. But I think in terms of a festival, there are festivals like this well, not exactly like this, but adjacent to this in real life. Like, there's a thing called summer nets in Australia that occurs down in Canberra. Yeah, I wouldn't even I wouldn't even consider looking at it at renting a Hurricane Shadow. That's just so far beyond anything that I could reasonably consider a like good value for money. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, at that point, you're just playing the crew too. Like the Summer Nats Festival in Canberra, which is the capital of Australia, is a kind of a hot rod equivalent of the Forza thing. So you're not driving around the Forza. Sorry, you're not driving around Canberra at breakneck speeds in traffic, but there are like burnout. It's a bit redneck / bogan, but there are like burnout competitions, drag competitions, that kind of hot rod stuff, as well as more traditional car meet things and stuff like that. I am honestly surprised that you can't get like a head to it. Rick, yeah. I don't know. I think I'd like them to add racetracks, which I am glad they kind of did in this one. That they added that racetrack at the main festival site. But I think the money spent to get the license for Formula One would be better spent getting another more regular car brand. Like the Stellantis people, Alfa Romeo, Lancia, etc. Forza is not that rich. Bill Gates isn't part of Microsoft anymore, Rick. I would imagine at least some car companies would be happy just to have their car in the game, to be honest. Like a lot of those Chinese car companies I've never heard of until I saw them in the game, so I imagine that would be good advertising for them. But wow, that was quick. Ooh, that was unlucky for that fellow. Lucky for me, though. I think that's something that they could do quite easily. Have kind of customizable license plates, so you could have a UK plate or an Australian plate or something like that. Now, the trouble with the Australian plates is each state has its own plate, which is kind of annoying. Do you mean drift cameras in cockpit view? I'm not sure what car you're referring to there, Rick. It's in the settings menu somewhere. I think it's on the gameplay or something. I remember I turned it on. Yeah, if it's the Regera, then they do have the Regera. I'm pretty sure. I feel like I remember driving it just the other day. Okay. That is disappointing. I'm not surprised that Koenigsegg has a SUV concept somewhere, but it is a little bit disappointing when they car companies fall down the SUV path. Particularly car companies like Koenigsegg or Ferrari. Personally, what I think they should add is a Toyota Corolla. Like, I would like more basic cars. That's the Ferrari SUV, the Poransangu? Or however you pronounce that without butchering it and offending an entire nation. What whip do we want? Go Civic Type R. I don't actually know if I've seen it. Purosangway. Okay. I know that the Lamborghini... I don't remember the name of it. The Lamborghini SUV, whatever it's called, isn't particularly great. That would be an absolute laugh if they added people movers. I would love that. Eurus, thank you, Mike Molecule. I would love that. I would love if they added people movers. I want a Rocket Bunny and Toyota Turago. Oh, that Renault, the Espace. I would love that. I would really want an Espace. Not necessarily the one with the Formula 1 engine in it, though I wouldn't say no. But I would just love an Espace that I could then put, I don't know, a V8 in and just, you know, send it up here against... What do we have? A Ferrari. And a Toyota Supra. I would love that. That could be something I could see happening. Like, it's not entirely impossible for them to open up some sort of Steam Workshop equivalent for specifically for body kits. Ooh, that was a very near thing. I'm impressed I got that. The only trouble they'd have would be they'd have to be a pretty strenuous vetting process. Yeah, they could have auto sculpt as well, which again is part of the reason I want to have a look at Need for Speed Carbon again. Sorry, bug. But I would really like more regular cars. And then out comes Master Gamer. They need more hypercars, actually, yeah. Well, they gotta give you something to work for, though, don't they? I mean, let's be honest. The 765 LT is probably significantly better than in real life than it is in Forza Horizon. Because in Forza Horizon, I can put a V8 in this car like nothing. And the other thing is, there aren't only 750 765 LTs in the game, so they make them $20 million, so they're scarce. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't done anything Baja related. I could see that being the next expansion, a Baja thing. But Mexico doesn't snow, Master Games. We're pretty much grinding right up on the equator here. Another fine choice, a Mark III Cortina. Lovely. They should have... I know it's not America, but they should add like Model T Ford. Like a classic car. So then I can put a V12 engine in it and just send it on a drift course. But do they though? Do they really need Michelin and Pirelli tires? All they really need to do is give us the ability to put a label on the tire. Because I mean, look, I'm no tireologist, all right? I'm not claiming to be a tireologist, but it's a tire. For the purposes of Forza Horizon, I think that I don't think it matters whether it's Michelin, Pirelli, or Toyo. Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to see an original Beetle. Particularly as I see so many of them as taxis on this race itself. Well, all cars can go in a little bit of water. The trouble is whether you want the car to work after it's gone in water. But I mean, yeah, that's because this is a little bit arcadey. Because, I mean, that's not the only thing. This car would not work with the way I'm driving it. By the end of this race, I and the car would be dead. I almost guarantee it. Thank you, Sergeant. If you're looking for a more realistic kind of presentation of how the cars would act, I would imagine you should be having a look at things like Assetto Corsa, or if you wanted a more accurate off-road presentation, something like Mud Runner or Snow Runner. Oh, speaking of test drive, there's a new one coming out at some point, isn't there? Next year? Test drive the something or other, set in Hong Kong, I want to say? Test drive the Diamond League or something like that? Diamond Cup? I never played the test drives. I played a little bit of Test Drive 2, but I found the handling model a little bit weird. It's so long ago I can't remember what about it that I found weird. It didn't quite sit right with me for some reason. Maybe I should have another look at it. I need to take a note out of, is it Ibiza? I swear it was Hong Kong. Or some sort of Asian gambling town. In any event. They should take a note out of Midnight Club 2's book. And give me a button to automatically go up on 2 wheels. On either the left or the right hand side. I think they made it 18 because because of the kind of gambling focus and what have you. I think that's, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's why it's in, I think that's why I think it is where it is, but I might be wrong. I'm excited for it to come out. If for no other reason than it should give the Horizon series a bit of competition. Alright, Rick, I can't guarantee I'll be back. I'll be here by then, but if I'm not, you have a good weekend, and if I am, I'll see you in a bit. So Test Drive 1 was Hawaii, right? Test Drive 2 was Ibiza? Oh, that... Wow, bit of lag here. Wow, Rain Xiao is really just going all over the course. Rain Xiao Yu is really hitting the lag switch. Alright. And where was Test Drive 2? Ibiza. If I'm reading that correctly. Yes, okay. Yep, no, I have gathered that the 3 messages was enough to convey that message. Well, doesn't that defeat the purpose of having the cars? Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice. Maybe in DLC or something. You know when it's coming out though? Out of curiosity? When the Test Drive Unlimited 3rd one is coming out? I think it was this next year. It was this year for a while, but I think it was cancelled. Oh, sorry, delayed. That's what the word I was looking for. Gotta drop a quick sorry so I don't get murdered by the car behind me. Ran into them. I do not remember Alice Hart. When was she? Bollocks. I can't rewind? Well, that's a DNF, I reckon. We need exhaust pipes like you can get in Underground 2, where you can put your entire face down the pipe. Just get a whiff. Okay. Might do 1 or 2 more onlines, and then I might call it a night and we'll find someone to raid. casually dropping in from outer space. I don't know much about rolling coal, but isn't the whole point of rolling coal to blast it on pedestrians next to you? There's no pedestrians in the game. Oh, there's spectators, I guess. Choice paralysis. Let's go the Volvo. I'm surprised now that I think about it that Forza hasn't, because you've got the Eliminator. I'm surprised there isn't some sort of Mario Kart that you can do Mario Kart game mode in Forza. Because there was a game, oh my goodness, back when I was in year 5, I got the demo disc from a magazine that had it on it. It was called Mashed. It was kind of a semi-top-down Mario Kart clone of sorts. I think that could be really fun, this. Ow. Yeah. Or just have it set in the stadium or something, or like a... I'm having a really bad time of missing checkpoints of late. Somehow I'm still not last though, which is impressive. Or you could have it... Yeah, I mean... It did. But I wonder if that's just because this is a more accurate representation of Mexico. There's a lot more open space. Welcome back, Rick. Oh, the Speedo thing, Aurora? What is Horizon Plus? Alright. Well, I'm glad it was able to work out for you. I'll be honest, I've been wondering if you were able to figure it out or not. Come on, Sweden. I'm still impressed we're not coming last. Wow, okay, that's a lot of data. Whoa. Oh, come on now. What the? Sorry. Oh, that's Ray Zhao Yu. No wonder he's jumping all over the place. That's his special power. Alright, Master Gamer, thanks for dropping in. Thanks for the follow again. And I'll hopefully see you again at some point. Have a good rest of your week. And good start to the weekend. Damn, I beat a Countach. Nice. That's also a plus. And impressive given the amount of information it seems to be displaying. Does it also display your speed and revs and what have you? Okay, interesting. Might have to have a look at it. Sweden. Sorry. I don't know. What are you doing, Ranger? Are you? He's flying the car from Harry Potter. He's like that character from Wreck-It Ralph or whatever, the one that glitches all over the shop. But Aurora, as to your question, I don't know. Because I want to try and keep the... game as large as possible. Because, frankly, that's probably what most of you want to see. Which means everything else kind of needs to fit around it. And I want it to be able to work at least partially on a phone. Which also means that you want, you know, gameplay to be as large as it can be. But it is something that I've been wondering about because I was having a similar issue with, well, a worse issue actually, with Need for Speed Underground 2. Because unlike in Horizon, there's no kind of output port that the Horizon Plus and others can plug into, like the app that I'm using, so I couldn't have a third-party speedo to replace the one that I'm covering up. But I think, frankly, it's something that I've been thinking about, and I might end up experimenting with at some point. Oh yes, I do want to upgrade to a more, for lack of a better term, professional avatar than the one I have currently. Ideally something with face tracking and hand tracking so I can actually emote and, you know, wave and all that kind of stuff. But unfortunately that's additional currency and time and stuff, so... This comes back to the old adage, good things come to those who wait, unfortunately. Yes, I know. Well, thank you. Thank you, Aurora. I appreciate that compliment. But yes, it is something that I've been conscious of, and yeah, I should think about experimenting with, you're right. But I mean, this layout at least, with the tuber or whatever. Oh yeah, it wouldn't, to mock it up with the current resources that I have wouldn't be overly, you know, time consuming. But this layout here with the avatar in the corner and in front of the game is not uncommon in the world of VTubers. I don't know. But I do see your point. There are definitely certain games where it is detrimental. Range Xiao Yu really needs to invest in some better Ethernet cabling. Ow. Yeah, it's definitely... I appreciate the feedback. I really do, thank you. Because, I mean, ultimately, you know, you're the ones who are going to be watching it. So, I appreciate your thoughts. Particularly when they're presented politely. As they were just then. Come on now, there was no need for that Porsche. So I'll definitely take it on board. Ow. I think my first priority, though, is to try and, well, I guess it's a twofold priority. Upgrade the old computer to allow me to use a 3D or interactive avatar. Ow. Okay, well, I'll definitely have a look at that H+ interface. Because I need to upgrade the computer if I'm going to be looking at doing a 3D avatar. Because oh, bloody hell! I mean, the computer's chug-a-lugging as it is, driving through here. I've got the FSR set to reasonably aggressive, and we're streaming at 720p 30. You know, I'm basically giving it all she's got, Captain, and we're barely holding on frame rate rise. So, like, I've got it lined up. It's just, it's a long story. I might tell it next stream on Saturday, but basically, I hope it will happen before the what? 112? Aurora, that must have been terrifying. That's so fast. What's the BTTB again? Yeah, that's always the hard part with those rivals races. I've only done a few of them, but half the time I'll accidentally hit the wall. Just nick it right at the end. It's like, oh, looks like we're going around again. Before I head off, I just want to make this car a bit more Swedish. That's the kind of futuristic F1 looking Hot Wheels car, right?
200 meters. Turn right. Turn right.
I'm sure they do, and they will most likely appear on this car. And I'm thinking at least one yellow GT stripe.
Turn right.
Oh no, yeah, I can see it. I can see that. I forgot Indy cars have actual, like, canopy cockpits. Okay. It's a lot taller than an Indy car. Okay. No, I can see that in real life, being a replacement for an Indy car. So, but like I said, it's a lot taller than an Indy car is. I feel like Indy cars are quite short. But that, if I remember correctly, that's quite tall. Well, comparatively at least.
400 meters. Turn left. Turn left. You have arrived at your destination.
Maybe I'm misremembering, but I do remember the back of the car having, I do remember the car having quite a pronounced wedge. Oh, sick. That would be awesome. Unfortunately, when I was in LA almost a decade ago at this point, the Peterson Museum was being, like, the new building it's in currently, I think. If I remember correctly, it was being built in downtown LA, so I wasn't able to check it out. Because, yeah, I would have really liked that. Because that was a summer vacation here, so your winter, if you're in the north. And just after Christmas, I had picked up an Xbox One and Horizon 2. So I was really getting back into the whole car scene again. Right, we don't want to upgrade it, we want to paint it. Yeah, it would be. I kind of forget that the cars in this game... Hold on. First things first, darker blue. I kind of forget the cars in this game for the Hot Wheels pack are actually, like, real cars. We need a more Swedish blue. I think that is closer to the flag. But I think I want a metallic. Just to have it a little bit of texture. Guess 61. Make it a little bit lighter for the highlight. 56. Lovely. Oh, that's what we could do. Yeah, you're a genius. Hold on. Just gotta turn off the old nightlight mode so I can make sure I'm getting the right yellow. Normally it wouldn't be an issue, but we're doing some precision work here. I don't know how I'd translate into this though. And I think my eyeball was pretty good. So I do appreciate the effort. It is kind of wild actually now that you say that you can't put in a hex code. Now I'm looking at this, the yellow wheels are really not working for me. We do yellow calipers though. Obviously this is only a small part, we're going to have a look at decals in a second. But we could do yellow calipers. Yellow windows. Ugh. Bad decision. That'll do for now. Okay, let's apply some vinyls to this bad boy. Okay. Oh, let's go to the roof. Let's check out the vinyl. What do we have in the curated groups section today? Now that is an impressive vinyl group, damn. Get a waifu, perhaps? Pikachu hitting the dab. All very important. Okay. I think we'll do it ourselves. Okay, which one do we want? Okay. Make it long. Let's narrow it up. We want it to be slightly different in color. No, we want it a bit golder, I think. That's better. Okay, so we've got the first GT stripe in. Let's copy this. Oop. Copy. Paste. Oh, I didn't realize you could do this, / forgot. Thank you, Sergeant. You're really going above and beyond the Call of Duty here, Aurora. Okay, let's save that for now and we'll have a quick look at the color again. I think that's pretty close to what I had. I had 61 on the H. Oop. 59, 173. Yeah. Okay, there we go. That's more Swedish. I didn't actually realize that it was a legit H. Well, I mean, if anyone's going to know Sweden, it's going to be IKEA, right? Let's steal one of these bad boys. I'm really bummed out that it doesn't go over the black bits of the door. Yeah, that's what. Mirror to the other side. Alright, let's have a quick squiz, shall we? Damn, son. Oh, let's bring that up on stream. It's damn good work, Aurora. Look. Grab him. I don't recognize that car at all. Damn good looking, though. Just out of curiosity, not to diminish your work, did you make all the decals and vinyls yourself, or were they those curated groups that you can get from the store, well, the shop front, whatever you want to call it? Whatever it was, it's come out really nice. Yeah, it looks sick. You can hold your head up high for that one, I reckon. Go back to my slightly more simplistic rendition. Oop, I want to paste. I guess there's worse people to be confused with, unless you're Danish or something. In which case I can imagine being confused as a Swede might be an insult. I'm not a Swede. I wonder if it's kind of annoying me that that door line isn't the same as the final line. So I wonder if something like that might be a little bit better. I think I like that a lot more than the straight one. I mean, you can't be everyone's cup of tea, right? Yeah, I think that's better. Very Swedish. Lovely. Right, I might... Oh, that's right. Let's have a look what's curated. Backspace. A description. Sweden. Yeah. Made in Sweden? That could work. Ah, the 3 crowns. Yeah, gotta have that. Oh, you gotta have one of those stickers at the back that they have in the EU. That one, I think. Okay. Probably not that one. That one's, I think, a little bit rude. Yeah, I forgot Thule was a Swedish company as well until then. Okay. First things first, let's go to the back. Get Sweden. Get one of those stickers on it. I'm thinking that one. Is there a lower one? Could we make someone's day getting a cheap S in a circle? Thanks for dropping by, Aurora. And thank you for the feedback on the old stream layout. I do appreciate it. You have a good rest, though. And I might see you here tomorrow for some Alien Isolation. Oh, that's a lot larger than I thought it would be. That'll do for now, I think. Come on. Yeah, let's get rid of this. Then we'll... do I want to have a look at the rims? Yeah, we'll have a look at the rims. I think we can do a little bit more than just standard. I don't know what, though. I think yellow might be a little bit much. Oh, what was the yellow? What's the yellow for the brake color? 1311. Okay. 1311. 1311. I think it's 15 on the final. Not terrible. But conversely, I don't know if it looks good either. I really don't know. I mean, I don't know if I could describe it as looking good. I think I can say that with a fair amount of confidence. Look, I'm just thinking, I think I'll just go for black. So it looks kind of sporty. I mean, let's be honest, you're still not gonna... You're not gonna confuse this for a non-Swedish car. Like, you see the car, you know what's up. Let's go funny. Humorous. I think that's an accurate description. Or is it? I don't know. I'll worry about it another time. But I also have to go to bed. So I am tired. Been a busy day. Even though thinking back, it doesn't probably wasn't that busy. Okay. Let us end the stream and find somebody to raid. Where are we dropping, boys? Who are we raiding? Let's have a look, shall we? Who to raid? Who to raid? Have a look who's live. Who's live? Live playing Forza Horizon 5. Who do we want to raid? Let's... Why is it so hard to choose who to raid? There's only so many people out there. Let's see if this works. Okay, try that again. Alright, let's go have a look at Corgi King. They're a fellow Australian streamer. They're currently just chatting, but maybe they'll do something else when we turn up. They're currently watching some YouTube videos. So let's see what they're doing, shall we? I will be back tomorrow to play some Alien Isolation. And if you liked what you saw tonight, particularly, I'll be back next week for some more Forza Horizon. Until then, have a good weekend, and I'll see you around. Cheerio.